Hello and welcome to this week's Craft and Chat. I'm Amanda Fowler and it's 2:00 on the 30th of January 2024. I'm live both on Facebook and on YouTube, so thank you very much if you're joining me live. Can you do a quick sound and light check for me? And if you're watching the replay, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch. 20 minutes or so of chatting, and then we're going to do some crafting. So let me just grab a quick slurp of my tea. And see, brilliant. Okay, Karen's here, Tina's here, and it's all okay. And Michelle's here as well. Hello, hello. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Hi, Ali and Scylla and Elizabeth. And Elizabeth's got me on her big screen. That's like life size. That's crazy. And Tina's joining us from Maryland. Dino's here. Chris is here. It's grey in Newbury. It's grey here in Fareham on the south coast. Yeah, a bit mizzygog today. Good morning, Donna. Oz is in the house. Hello, Anne. Wow, full house today. Valerie. Hollywood, Florida. Ali said she put me on the big screen once, but it frightened her. Yeah. Oh, I'm assuming it was me, but that's funny. And Janet saying hello to everyone. Hi, Janet. Good to see you all. So how are we doing? How is your world? Mine is a bit crackers. We've had 2 weekends away, which were unexpected. So I'm chasing my tail currently. Not entirely sure which way is up, but I have a list. I was talking to my team last week about to-do lists and different ways of structuring to-do lists, and I'm implementing all of my hints and tips on myself so that I can get through the things that I've got to get through. Nicole, hello. The Netherlands is in the house. I'm coming to Rotterdam, Nicole, soon. Stamping Up's convention. Middle of March. I'm really looking forward to that. I love the Netherlands. The people are so wonderful and the food's yummy, and yeah, I love it. So we're heading to the Netherlands, and Stella's here as well. Texas is in the house. Okay, so I actually have some knitting to show you. I don't want you to fall off your chairs. I'm not entirely sure when I found the time to knit, but I did. And yeah, I'm really excited about knitting, but obviously I've got paper crafting to show you. This is not a knitting show. But I've also got storage to talk to you about. Now, last week, we were talking about storing embellishments, and you may remember my stack of embellishments like this, and it had a peg on it. Well, we had lots of different suggestions, and I had 2 pictures sent to me. So let me just pull that up. Let's see if this works. Oh, yes, it does. Awesome. So this was a picture from the lovely Chris. And this is how she stores all of her cardstock, but she also stores her matching embellishments that go with those colors as well. So that's really, really good. And I love that because the cardstock's stored flat, so that's really cool. And she's also labeled it with the dates of when it's when the ink colors were current and so on. So that's a great way of storing things. And then this is from Karen, and I should have enlarged it. I'm sorry. But I actually have this to show you. So you can see there, Karen has kept all of her embellishments in their packs like this. So let me just close that off. Yeah, so she keeps all of her embellishments in the packs, whereas I put them in a cello. If I've got a full pack, then the full pack goes in the cello as well. So these are actually quite wide. So these are 6 inches. I'm doubting myself now. Are these 6 inches wide? Yeah. Yeah. They're 6 inches wide, 15 centimeters wide. So I wanted something that they could be stored in or stacked in or whatever. And I really liked Karen's plastic container. So I actually have a plastic container now. So Karen's was stored this way. And obviously, if you've, hang on, let me get one of these. If you've got a pack of embellishments like that, it would actually fit. But my cello bags, I don't know whether can you. It's really hard to see cellophane on the screen, isn't it? But it's kind of curved round, so that wasn't ideal. So what I did was, it's got these little dividers. I think you can see. So there's these little slots here, and you put the dividers in. Well, I figured out that if I just wedged it in, not in the divider, because you can see the dividers there, and I've wedged it in down here. If I wedged it in at the right spot, then these just sit there like that. Because you'll see when I do my craft room rearrange video, which won't be coming anytime soon because I've got no time to do it. But I wanted it to go on my desk this way round. Does that make sense? And this is all my junk. All my junk that I'm containing. So you know, random bits for the what's it called? This thing. What's this? What's this called? Oh my word. At the end of the day, anybody think I wasn't a Stampin' Up demonstrator? Take your pick tool. Ali, thank you so much. Yeah, you take your pick tool. So you get additional ends for it, and random bits of glue and stuff. So it's it's going to live there like that. Now, this came from that, you know, store that goes from A to Z. And it came in a pack of 2. So I've got another one. I don't know what I'm going to do with my other one yet. But this one is working well. So I'm really pleased about that. Paul is here. 18 degrees in Italy. And he's got sunshine. Oh, enjoy it, Paul. Enjoy it. So let's have a look. Margaret is here as well, and I try and sleep. Not a lot of that's been going on lately either. So yeah, I need more sleep. Chris is saying it keeps her ink pad. So she keeps everything to do with that color together. So ink pad, I'm assuming markers as well, Chris. So it keeps the ink pads nice and flat as well. Donna leaves her embellishments in the original packing and put it in a similar box. Let's have a look, everyone. Oh, and Elizabeth saying that she keeps her 6x6 papers in a box like this. Oh, Elizabeth. I'm liking that thought. I'll look at that. Because my 6x6 papers are currently in a 12x12 magazine folder, which means I never see them. Because on my shelf, so they're in a cupboard to protect them from the light, but they're in like a magazine folder, so I don't know, like this sort of thing, but it's a bit higher, so they're tucked underneath and I can't actually see them, so I never yeah, that might work really well. Okay, so what's everyone been up to? What have you been doing? Has anybody got any, happy news to share? I know January seems interminably long, but it's nearly February. It's nearly February. And it's a leap year. Any proposals gonna happen? Leap year? Yeah, so put in the comments any cheery things. I'm cheering for the fact that firstly, I've actually done some knitting, and secondly, Brian has promised me a walk on the beach and an ice cream at the weekend. So I am so looking forward to that at the weekend. I just got to get Saturday first. So actually, before I share with you the knitting, Stampin' Up news, actually not that much to report really. Tonight it's craft along for those of you that have signed up for January craft along, so I will see you at 7:00. Orders being placed are going through absolutely fine. We don't have any stock issues at the moment, and people are joining my team, which I'm truly grateful for. I love it because it's just the best deal. Joining is the best deal, hands down. So all of that is going well. We should have some new products coming in on pre-order for demonstrators in February. Our shipments are a bit delayed, so they won't go live for customers until March anyway. So hopefully that's not going to impact you particularly. But as always, if there's something you want, place your order now. Don't wait. Oh, Elizabeth. She's going to a wedding celebration in Ireland in May. Oh, how wonderful. Oh, Anne. This is one of the things on my list of things Amanda really wants to do. So, we're hoping to do hearing dog training. So they're not sure when they'll get a dog. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I've always wanted to do that, hearing dog training or guide dog training, puppy sitting. Yeah, it's on my list of things that I want to do. Although Right now, I still need a puppy of my own. So I'm working on that one. Oh, Tina. So when I'm talking about stock levels, obviously I'm always talking about Europe because I'm here in the UK. Every country is different, and every warehousing section is different. So there are 3 warehouses for Stampin' Up. So there's one in Australia for Australia and New Zealand. There's one in Europe, which is for us, for France, for Germany, for Austria, for the Netherlands, for Belgium, and for Ireland. So that's ours. And then there's one in North America, which is for the USA and Canada. And the USA and Canada are out of a couple of punches at the moment. They do try really hard to get stuff restocked. So hopefully you'll get them soon. Good afternoon, Joanne. Okay, so I know she's here today. Michelle got me this lovely bag. It's like a project bag. Can't tell why I love it, huh? Kind of coordinates with my sweater. So I've got my knitting in here. So the first thing I need to show you is this. This is a chiagu. I don't know how to say it. Stainless steel needles. So they are, honestly, they are amazing. So as I told you a few weeks ago, I haven't done any knitting for years. And because my brain is in overdrive at the moment, particularly, I needed to do something with my hands that didn't actually involve too much thinking. And knitting is that for me because I can do it. I can kind of listen to an audiobook or watch a bit of telly. Well, mainly listen to the telly. But it's not like crochet for me because I have to really concentrate when I'm crocheting because I'm still quite new to crochet. But knitting I've been doing for forever. So it's just automatic. So hopefully you'll be able to see. So this is the needle. And this is the, it's what I used to call a circular needle. Yeah, they're still called circular needles. And it's got like this red wire, but this wire, it doesn't kink. It's really smooth and it's really cool. And I don't know whether the camera will be able to pick that up. Oh yeah, look. Can you see? Oh, it's actually imprinted on the needle what size it is. So do you want to see what I've been making? Da, 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 da. It is a scarf. It's going to be a scarf. Let me show you. So I've got a variegated yarn, and what I've done is along the bottom and up the sides, I've got garter stitch, which is just knitting. And there's 5 stitches there of just knitting. And then there's 5 rows down here. No, there might be more than that actually, of just garter stitch. And then I've moved into this, which I call linen stitch. You might call seed stitch. Depends where you are in the world. As always, our North American friends have different names for stuff. So it does depend where you are in the world, but I'll show you. So it's about 18 inches. If you look closely, there's a couple of bits where, you know, that are a bit more holy than they should be. But that's okay. So what I thought I would do was I'm going to do, I don't know, that much. Is that 3 inches, 4 inches of a stitch. then do a few rows of garter stitch, and then do a different stitch. So if you've not come across this before, moss stitch. Okay, Judith calls it moss stitch. So again, different names for different things. So this is you knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. Then there's another stitch, which is a 4-row repeat. So you knit, purl, and then you knit, purl. So you've got 2 knit stitches on top of one another, 2 purl stitches on top of one another, and then you alternate. So it's like a bit longer. So what I want, I know there are knitters here. So can you tell me names of all the stitches? There you go. Moss stitch. Everyone's saying this is moss stitch. That's fine. Okay. So tell me some names of different stitches. At the moment, I want solid stitches. I'm not ready for lacy stitches yet. I'm making enough holes on my own without trying to make holes. Whatever patterns. And then I'm just going to do like a chunk and then a chunk and then a chunk. So obviously I'll put stocking stitch in there. Yep, Margaret, snap. Okay, so if the Brits are calling this moss stitch, what are you calling linen stitch then? Honeycomb stitch. Oh, yeah. So type them all in. So what my plan is to make something that's kind of, I don't know, about that big. I want to be able to sling it over my shoulders when I'm in an air-conditioned room. That's my plan. And this is just it's a variegated double knit. So a 3-weight really. But it's just really pretty. It's just really nice to do. So yeah, put all your suggestions in, and then hopefully I will show you in a few weeks when I've got a bit more to show you. Oh, basket stitch, says Janet. Fabulous. Okay. So let me gather the things I need to gather whilst you are making suggestions. And I'll turn the camera around and get set up. Now, I have to tell you, my hands are in a bit of a rubbish state at the moment. So you'll see in a minute. I burnt my knuckle days ago. Last Tuesday, I think, or last Wednesday. It blistered and I've caught it about 4 times. So it's really sore. But Germaline for the win. Germaline's helping. But I've been crafting today, so I've got ink all over the place. And yes, I have washed my hands. But no, the ink has not gone away. But there we go. Okay. So I'm going to slurp my tea. And I'm going to show you this Notes of Nature stamp set and dies. Now, let me find it. It's actually part of a huge suite. Page 40. A huge suite of products. So you've got Lovely and Sweet, which is a stamp set and dies. You've got beautiful papers. I'll show you these papers another time. I think we might be doing a craft along with these. I'm not sure. I think it's on my list. But anyway, I'll show you the papers another time. There's some cork embellishments and some gold faux leather trim. And then this stamp set and dies, which is called Notes of Nature. So that's what I'm going to show you today, but I will show you all the other bits another time. So this is the stamp set. Really lovely sentiments. I love this. Today's all about you. Happy birthday. Just a little note to say hello and thanks for making me smile. And then Amanda's, you know, top things, splats, field notes, kind of journaling, and a bit of grid, as well as leaves, because you always need leaves and flowers. So the stamp set itself is beautiful. The dies make it really special. So let me just show you the dies. So first up, you've got 3 dies that cut out the stamped images. So that's the first set. And then you've got all these different kinds of leaves. So these have actually got like a cut in the leaf. Actually, they've all got cuts in the leaves, but different sizes of leaves. Hi, Mum. My mum's here. You've also got this lovely leaf image as well. And then this image. So this actually only cuts out the dots. So it cuts out the dots and puts the perforations along. So you'll see in a minute what I've done with it on a piece of cardstock. So it doesn't actually cut a strip, it just cuts the holes and the dots. So there we go. Okay. So first up, I'm just going to do a really simple stamped card. Now this is the card we made at my card class, my in-person card class, in January. Actually, it was Thursday. The class was on Thursday, and I was a little bit mean because I made them fussy cut the leaves because I hadn't realized that actually the dies would cut the leaves out. So it was a bit mean. So those of you that came, oh dear. Yeah. So obviously you can fussy cut them, but I've got leaves cut out already. So let me get the images out. So I'm just using 2 colors of ink. So I've got crumb cake and early espresso. And so I'm going to make this card, and then I've got another card to make as well. Get all of the stamps out. So this is absolutely my style of stamping. I love this kind of collage effect where you stamp multiple things, one on top of another. And it's one of those things that you can almost always not go wrong. But what I would say is always stop one stamp before. So if you find yourself with a stamp in your hand and you're not sure where to put it and you're going, step away from your stamps and stop, because usually that one stamp, that last stamp, is one too many. So there you go. So let's do the greeting first. So I'm stamping in early espresso onto the crumb cake card. And you know, I love like a capitalization and a scripty font together. It's just a really nice image, nice sentiment. I like it a lot. So that's that one. So then let me make sure I've got those two. So that's my top layer. So this is my inside layer. So I'm just going to stamp some leaves and some splats for the inside. There we go. And then let's stamp this. Now, in order to be able to layer everything, I'm going to be stamping off every time I stamp. So what I mean by that is I'm going to ink up the stamp. I'm going to stamp on my grid paper, and then I'm going to stamp on my cardstock. So it's a second generation stamp, and what that will give me is a softer effect. And I can always go over and add more, but I can't take it away. So I'm building everything up around this image, this field notes image. So I'm now going to do the grid, and I'm just randomly stamping here, there, and everywhere all of the different images. And I'm stamping over the top as well. Let's do a few leaves as well. And a few of the little flower. And every time you do this, it will look different. And with the splats, I'm stamping multiple times. So I'm going kind of second generation, third generation, in order to get different images. There we go. So we've got a really lovely, it's just like a background paper. That's all that I'm trying to achieve. And then I'm going to put my sentiment on. What I'm going to do is pop my leaves behind it first. So let me just get my little snail. Right. Okay. Sue's saying I've gone blurry. It's because my Wi-Fi, my internet's gone down. Hang on. Let me just switch back onto Wi-Fi instead. Is that any better? Are we okay now? I don't know why it's doing this. This is a real problem. Okay. Let's just give it a minute and see if it's getting any better. Right, I'm getting a few people saying it's better. Okay. Okay, I am currently investigating getting some different internet. So yeah, so I'll hopefully we won't have a problem again. All right, so I'm going to pop that leaf there. And then with this leaf, I just want to make sure that it doesn't go off the edge. So it's just going to go there. And then I'm just going to trim this down. Okay. Hopefully it will continue to improve. But thank you for letting me know. Because that is a bit of a worry. Ooh. There we go. Okay. All right, so Mum's saying YouTube is okay. It could be that YouTube is a bit more stable. Facebook sometimes can be a bit unstable. So there we go. So there is the finished card. So I'm going to pop that away and just clean my stamps because I'm going to make another card, but with different colours. Thank you. And thank you, Judith, for your lovely words about my in-person classes. I do get asked a lot because people obviously see me on the internet and perhaps might not be aware that I do in-person classes. I live in Fareham in Hampshire and I run classes about 5 minutes from my house. So here on the sunny south coast. I do a card class, which is a Tuesday daytime, and it's repeated on a Thursday evening once a month. And I do Saturday classes as well. So do check out my website. Let me just put that up actually. Check out my website and you'll see all of the classes. So you'll see in-person classes and classes online. So depending on what it is that you want to do. Okay, so let me switch that back. Okay. Good morning, Sharon. Elizabeth saying the stamp set is lovely. Thank you for all your lovely comments about the card. Alice just said she'd had a box of Tombow glue delivered. Hooray! Awesome. Okay, so that's one card. So let me gather all my bits. I know leaves aren't blue. But when I was sat in my happy place, in my craft room, I felt the need to make a blue card. And the reason I'm laughing is because you all know that it's my favorite color. And it's really hard for me not to make a blue card. But basically what I've done is this is going to have lots of elements on it. So I've got lots of die cut leaves and stamped images as well. And this is what I was saying about what the hole punch kind of die does. So it looks like that. So it is really cool. As an effect, and obviously you can tear it off or tear it up or do all kinds of different things. So I've got, because I know you're going to ask me what colors and things. So this is Misty Moonlight. This is Balmy Blue. I've got some Night of Navy leaves because I thought they would just stand out a bit. And this is Crumb Cake. And kind of my plan is to kind of have things at a jaunty angle. So I'm going to have to cut things down and stuff. But we'll start with this. And I'm going to build it up using Crumb Cake. So why have I just cleaned my stamps? I don't know. But anyway. So this time I'm going to go all over with my stamps, and some of them I'm going to stamp first generation, some of them second generation. I'm pleased I'm predictable, Sandy. You know what you're going to get when you get me. You're going to get giggles and smiles and blue. And some leaves, I think. Or just maybe have a leaf. There we go. So I've got random stamping there. So I want that to sort of go on there, like I said, on a jaunty angle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use scissors, which realistically is going to give me wonky edges, but that's okay. Awesome. So I'm just going to trim that down a bit. So what I'm going to do now, yeah, that's better. What I'm going to do now is get my scissors and rough up the edges. And years ago, we had a really cool tool on a key ring that did this, and there's probably one around someplace that you can get. But if you just take a bit of time with your scissors, you can just do this with your scissors. So you've got sort of a rough edge there. And pop that down. And then I'm going to get my field notes. And I'm going to pop that down. And I'm going to do a bit more. And the same again. So let's just see. What are we thinking? Oh, this is going to be one of these. Let's just randomly put stuff on. So I'm looking at this and thinking, actually, I quite like that. But I think we need something here. Do you agree? Because although I've got a bit of texture and stuff, I need a bit of stamping. So I brought my Misty Moonlight ink pad. So I'm just going to do a little bit of inking around the edges. Yeah. Lots of confirmation, doing a bit round the outside. Right, so let's have a look. Oh, that's looking better. Look at, oh, I'm so happy. Okay, it's looking better, isn't it? Right, hang on. So this needs to have its edges roughed up. Just be careful you don't stab you. Just stab yourself. Gonna have an injury on the other hand now. Actually, have I ever told you about the worst crafting injury I've ever had? It was with a pair of these. So I was opening a Stampin' Up box with a pair of paper snips, and I had my hand here, and I'm going cold just thinking about it. And I had my scissors, and I slid my scissors along, and I stabbed my hand here and underneath with the point of paper snips. Now, if you have paper snips, you will know they come with a cover, because they are the sharpest scissors I've ever owned. Yeah, so they come with a cover like that. They are the sharpest scissors I've ever owned. So if you've got 72 pairs of scissors and you actually just want one pair of scissors, you need to put one of these in your basket. But I actually cut. So I cut in here and in here. And I was at home on my own. Brian was working away and the kids were at school. And I was bleeding so much. I had to wrap my hand in a towel and drive myself to A&E so they could stitch me up. Oh my gosh. That was dreadful. That was a dreadful day. I don't do that with my scissors anymore. Alice saying, don't you love it when a plan comes together? Yes, I do. And look, see, that's got a little tear in it, and that's fine. We like that. We're making paper and stuff. We're distressing it. It's good. And you can give it a bit of a wriggle as well. Oh, this is gonna, I don't know. This might be going too far for some of you. Amanda's making the paper wonky. Look, how cool is that piece of paper? Right, so where are we at? Oh, yeah, so that might go like that. And then look, I've got all of these leaves that I can just put in. I don't know whether I'll do the stamped leaves. I think I might just do these ones. Oh, what are we thinking? Has anyone run away because I've made the paper wonky? Huh? I'm happy with that. I think we're gonna go. I think we're we're there. I think we're ready. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer it from the top down. And that is not normally the way we make a card, but you will see the logic in a moment. So I've got my scrumply bit of paper that is going to go sort of there-ish. So I've put my stamp and seal around the edge. And because I've got those leaves where I want them, I'm just going to press it down like that. And it's going to pick up all my leaves as a wanna. So I'm just going to pull those ones over a little bit more. Ooh. Just see, yeah. So then we will put dimensionals all over the back. And this is a tip whenever you're putting, how can I say this? Whenever you're putting die cuts down, sometimes working backwards or working from the top down works really well. All right, there we go. I need to put a sentiment on this, really. We'll see. We'll decide in a minute what we're going to do. Might not put a sentiment on it. Might rebel and not put a sentiment on it. Okay, so that is going like that. And then this is kind of going like so. And then, good morning, Kathy Jean. Canada is in the house. Ooh, that way. Okay. So that's that way. That's that way. I'm just going to scrumple that up a little bit more. And then I'm thinking, let's go with this sentiment. In misty moonlight. Let's just do a little bit of fussy cutting. How are we doing for time? Oh, we've got 2 or 3 more minutes. Hooray! Da, da, da. So I'll just perch that, I think. Where are we thinking? Sort of there? And then I think I probably need a little bit of sparkle from my lovely storage. Da, da, da. Right. Maybe. That's what I want. So what are these? These are I've got multiple things. Yeah, I want the tinsel gems. Where's my take your pick gone? I will clear my desk in a minute. And it'll look really nice then. I do love these tinsel gems. So we've got a 3-pack and a 2-pack, and they're different colours. But the tinsel gems are just beautiful. Really beautiful. Right. Put them back in the right pack. And there we go. Okay. Oh, guess who didn't do an inside? Hopeless. Ta-da. So there we go. Let me just shut that up. Move all of the rubbish out of the way. Thank you, Judith. All right, so, look. We'll just ignore. We'll ignore that bit. We'll ignore that bit of rubbish. We'll bring that one back in. Look, there we go. So obviously, this is quite a flat, simple collaged card. You don't need the dies because you can fussy cut this and it works really beautifully. And then obviously this has got kind of all kinds of texture and things going on. You've got gems and die cuts and scrumpled paper. I love it. So I hope that you have enjoyed this week's Craft and Chat. I will be back here next Tuesday at 2:00 as always. Make sure that you've subscribed to my YouTube channel and my blog. So let me pull my blog up again. So on my blog, you'll find lots more tutorials. Sign up and get my emails, because then you'll always be the first to know when I've got new tutorials out, or if there's any exciting Stampin' Up news or exciting Amanda news. So yeah, make sure that you're on the mailing list for both YouTube and Inspiring Inking. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook as well. And all of the products that you've seen today are available in my online store. You can find that by going to inspiringinking.com as well. So some of you, my lovely team members that are here, I'll see you at 4:00 because I have a live with my team at 4. And some of you I will see at 7:00 for Craft Along. So I'm looking forward to seeing you then. And if not, then I will see you next week. So take care of yourselves until then. Just checking on my messages. Yeah, take care of yourselves till then. And thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Goodbye.